Hey guys, Jess here with CFit Studio. Did you know we have a CFit exercise library? Me, as well as with Jacob's help, we created several videos to put on the YouTube page to kind of go over the nuances of several moves that you might see regularly in the gym. One of those is a plank, but just for S&G, I decided to kind of throw some details about the standard forearm plank at you this morning so you can kind of keep some of this stuff in mind while you are working out. A lot of times when people throw themselves into a plank, they can hang out for a long time, but truly when you do a plank with the proper core and muscular activation, it is kind of hard to hold it for a long time. Now, with my own personal workout, I know I've shared a lot of my ab move video that I've put out there as well. I do usually a 2-minute plank every Monday, and sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's really hard and it takes a lot of focus. But when you do it proper, it's actually really hard to do it that long because usually what people do is they'll throw themselves up into a plank and they'll hang on their joints. They'll just kind of like grit their teeth and bear it and wait for the timer to go off. But if you want to get the most out of your plank, it's not always about how long you can go, but how well you can hold the proper contraction. So it can strengthen not only the superficial abdominal muscles and the back muscles, but the deep level core that can protect your spine and even prevent or limit your risks to injury. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go over just the basic forearm plank real fast, just some tips that people might not realize in order to get the most out of your plank exercise. If you want any more, or if you want to dig into our exercise library, I strongly recommend you guys check it out. It's pretty cool. Plus, spent a long time making it. Just check it out. Alrighty, so first things foremost, we're doing forearm today. You can do it, on your hands too, but I'm demonstrating forearm. You're gonna pull your shoulders out of your ears, but what I usually do is I try to set up my upper half first before I even begin, and so I know my hips are high in the air, but it doesn't matter because they're not gonna stay there. So I'm gonna pull my shoulders out of the ears, and then usually that's where people stop. Sometimes they don't even, they hang out here, right? So pull your shoulders out of your ears and think about drawing your shoulder blades together. And then you're not just gonna do that, because then what people can do, right, is they can hang, right? See, my shoulders aren't rounded, but now I'm hanging. You wanna kind of do the opposite. So you don't wanna round, but you wanna kind of push yourself away from the floor. So I'm gonna pull my shoulders out of my ears, and then I'm gonna push myself away from the floor. So even though I'm pushing myself away from the floor, I'm still not rounding my back, right? That's the first trick on a plank. So then I once I have my upper body set up, then I draw my navel towards my spine and I really squeeze the core, and then I step back, and then you see how my hips are high? Now I'm gonna drop my hips. Now, sometimes people go like this, right? And that's not very pretty. So if you draw those shoulders, now if you see my spine is nice and straight, it's not nice and straight with regards to where my glutes are or my stomach is, right? Which I'm letting my stomach hang right now. If I draw it in, now you see it's even prettier, and now all of a sudden it's getting hard for me to talk to you. This is how I would hold my plank. I'm not knees bent, my butt isn't high, my belly isn't dropped, my shoulders aren't rounded, right? I'm not shoulders behind the elbows. If you want the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to a plank, to truly get the strengthening effort that a plank is supposed to do, you need to keep all of these in mind. So I'm gonna go over them again, and if you have time or if you have space, if you're at work or whatever, go ahead and drop down to the floor. Just do it real fast. Do it 30 seconds with me. Why not? I'll do it. It's not like I haven't done it already. All right. I lace my fingers. I will also say a lot of times people like to put extra tension in their body to right? Try to suffer through. Try not to do that, right? We have a lot of tension already in our core. We don't need any up into our shoulders, into our neck, anywhere else. All right, so I clasp my hands. You don't have to. You can put them down like a sphinx if you want. It's fine. Shoulders out of the ears. Make sure your shoulders are on top of your elbows. Brace core. I've got a mirror behind the camera, so sorry I'm not looking at you right now. Gotta check and draw my stomach in. Contract. Straight line from my shoulders to my hips. Take a peek at that clock. And I'm hanging out for 30 seconds. And now, I put on a really tight tank top in case you guys want to watch when I sneak, like I just lost my core contraction. Now I got to draw it back in, right? Now, obviously I haven't lost my deep core contraction, otherwise I would be here, right? I would be falling out of the plank. But you can lose your superficial core contraction as well. I'm shaking because I've already done a plank today. That's fine. So it takes a lot of effort. Retract my shoulders. Also, a little tip here, squeeze your glutes. And whether you're a guy or a girl, squeeze your Kegel muscles. They're kind of like the same muscles you would use to hold your pee, right? I like to think of zipping it up like I'm zipping up a jacket. Up, not just squeezing it together, but up through the navel. And whether you're a guy or a girl, it really doesn't matter. It's deep core contraction. Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, you see I'm struggling. 5, 4, fight for it, 3, 2, and then come down nice and controlled. All right, 30 seconds. No big deal. Around 30 seconds? I don't know. I use the clock all the way on the wall. I might be off. It's fine. But you saw it was good, and then it started getting shaky, and it was a constant, even when I was running my mouth the whole time, I had to pay attention to what this was doing. I had to pay attention to what my back was doing. And if you saw there at the very end, my belly started dropping, my shoulders started lifting because I tried to counterbalance it. So you really have to be aware of what your body's doing. Your movement should never intentionally be mindless. That way, when you do go out in the real world and you're accidentally mindless, you know, chances are your risk to injury is a lot lower and you don't have to be as fearful. So that's why we call, you know, when you work a trainer, you call it training, because you're training your body, you're training your mind to trust yourself, all that fun stuff. All right, if you guys have any other questions or you want any other exercise demonstrations, please check out our exercise library. It is pretty cool. We've got a great star in a lot of the videos. But more than that, it's a lot of free information that we decided to give out and just kind of help everybody. And we really want to make sure that we aren't just guiding people through their workouts and helping them achieve their goals, but we want them to be able to take care of themselves as well. It is definitely a partnership, so check it out. If there's anyone missing that you want us to go over some details, that's fine. Some are longer, some are shorter, whatever. Just check it out. Let me know what you think. And also, my last video was about asking you guys for some feedback on what you would like these videos to cover. So if you did not see that one, now you know I'm looking for feedback. And just let me know what you guys think, what you guys are interested in hearing about, learning about fitness-wise, nutrition-wise, wellness, things like that, you know, kind of within my purview. And I'll continue to try to make these a couple times a week. Anyway, y'all have a great day. It is Monday, so it's the start of the week, so try to get your workout in, and if you can't get it in today, fit it into somewhere in the rest of your week, like an appointment, like a doctor's appointment, treat it, prioritize. Like if your water heater broke and spilled water all over the floor, you'd find 7 hours to kind of take care of that, right? So you can find 30 minutes to an hour to take care of yourself. Alrighty, have a great day, guys. Thanks.